Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about some brands that I would absolutely love to try this year. There is a little bit of a spoiler because some of these I actually will be trying very soon because I have put in some orders. But I also have like a list of eyeshadow palettes that I have just been eyeing, and they've been on my wish list for more than a year, some of them, and you know, they just I feel like I might bite the bullet and buy some of these this year. So just want to talk through them. Let me know your thoughts on them if you have them, what you think of them. Also the brands that I haven't tried, let me know your thoughts on them if you tried them, if you think I like them. I just wanted to sit down and talk about this. I thought it was quite fun. And I know a lot of people do things like this, usually towards the beginning of the year, not so much sort of leaning into mid-year, but you know, this is how I do it. All right, I don't have any particular order, so I'll just start with the first one. So this is a brand that I have tried. I actually have never tried their eyeshadow though. So I would like to try the eyeshadow of NYX Cosmetics, or NYX. I call them NYX, but I have seen people say NYX. I'm not really sure what the correct way to do it is, but I've used a lot of the complexions, obviously their lip products as well. I actually do like NYX quite a bit. I think it's pretty pricey for what you get because I don't think they're any better than, you know, in-store quality brands, if that makes sense. But yeah, there is one particular palette that I absolutely want, and I don't know why I want it, but it is the Utopia. So, and it's not even the big one. Like, I've looked at the big one, and that one isn't like, I tell you what, I have so many shopping baskets at the moment, but I'm just not buying anything. I have so many things in shopping baskets and Feel Unique, Look Fantastic, Cult Beauty, and then literally on the actual websites, even Sephora, PT as well. I have so many different shopping baskets, and yeah, it's becoming an issue, but that's how I deal with my shopping. I basically window buy online. But anyway, I have the Utopia, the mini one in one of my shopping baskets, and it's only £16. And then the big one as well is in a different shopping basket because it's not available on a different website. So, you know, it is a thing. But yeah, if you're not familiar with what it looks like, I will put a picture up. I feel like the mini one is so concise, and I've seen so many people panning this also on Instagram. I follow a lot of people who keep posting their Utopian minis, and it's just, it's a palette that's always intrigued me, but I never knew anything about NYX. I've never heard anything bad about their eyeshadow quality, to be honest, but I also haven't really heard anyone rave about it. But this eyeshadow palette, for whatever reason, is just calling my name, and I am this close to buying it. So if you know anything about it and you know anything about me, which you, I don't know if you do, but if you think I'll like it, just let me know, because I am so close to getting the mini one. I could get the big one as well. I think that's available in Feel Unique, but I just don't know if I need that big one. That big one is really big, and I'm not sure I need it. But anyway, that is the first one on the list, which I've just like looking at, and I can't stop looking at it. And it's an old palette as well, or older palette, but I just can't stop looking at it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that one. So number two, I actually did bite the bullet on this one. This is one that I have been looking at for over a year, and it is from Sample Beauty. I've never tried anything from Sample Beauty, but the Equalizer 2 palette, Equalizer Volume 2 palette, I have my list down here, that's what I'm looking at. That's been on Beauty Bay for, I want to say 2 years. It might have been a year and a half, but I have been so drawn to that palette, and I've seen people purchase it, talk about it. It looks so stunning. And on Beauty Bay, it always goes, you know, discounted, and then it goes back up to full price, then it goes discounted. So I've just been like watching it, you know, and then it went out of stock for a long time, and I was like, oh no, I never got it. And then it came back, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't need it because it's back. And then it went into discount, and then I didn't buy it, and then it went back up to full price, and I was like, damn, maybe I should just buy it full price, and I really want it, let's just buy it full price. And then it discounted again. So as crazy as I am, I finally went and bought it. So I'm waiting on my Beauty Bay haul. That's going to come soon. But yes, I have actually purchased this. Never tried Sample Beauty, but this palette, for whatever reason, has just caught my eye, and it has caught my eye for so long. So if you tried this one, let me know as well. But I'm going to have it, and I'm going to be like talking about it, and hopefully I'm not disappointed. None of the other Sample Beauty palettes intrigue me like this one. I just don't have any interest in them, but this one in particular, it's just this color story. I don't know what it is, but I just want it, so I've got it. It is a big palette too, so I'm a little bit worried because I've never had such a big palette, but oh, it's going to be in my collection soon. But yeah, this is a brand I've never tried. So if you've tried Sample Beauty, let me know what you think of the quality. But yeah, I'll be letting you know soon. Okay, the next one I definitely tried and I have palettes from them, but it's BH Cosmetics. And it's just, this is more just eyeshadow palettes that I want. And I have wanted for a long time. And spoiler, I have actually gone and purchased them. So they're also going to be coming soon. Oh, this is bad. It's actually 3 on this list. I only got 2 because the other ones I think discontinued or it was out of stock and I just can't find it. So I have on my list of ones that I've just been eyeing, which is the Smitten in Switzerland. And this is like the old formula with the mirrors and everything. I don't know what it is, but I'm not that fond of their new packaging. And I know that, or I've heard that their new like quality is actually even better than the previous ones. But I have the old version. I have 2 palettes from them so far, and I have the old version. I just love it, and I love having the mirrors. So yeah, Smitten in Switzerland's always caught my eye. I could have purchased it quite a bit ago, but I never did. Avocado Toast is in my my list, and I've actually gone and purchased that one. It was on discount, and I just could not help myself because I know that eventually they will probably change those or that will be discontinued. It's in the old packaging, and you know, I'm just playing with fire because I want it, but then I'm like, oh, do I need it? No, I don't need it. I don't need any of this stuff, but I want it. So I went and bought it. And then the other one, which I probably shouldn't have got because I think at the end of the day, it's not going to be a palette that I really want, is the Blueberry Muffin. But come on, everybody was raving about this when it came out. And it's always been on my wish list. It hasn't left my wish list, even though I don't think that color story is going to be something that's really going to, you know, get my heart pumping. But I'm really hoping that I like it. I like the BH Cosmetic formula. I think it's so nice. So what's not to like, you know? I think I can make it work. But anyway, I bought that one as well, so don't judge me. All right, moving on to a brand that I have not tried and I really would like to try is Glamlite. So in particular, there are a few palettes that I really just, oh my gosh, find so stunning. I don't like their gimmicky packaging too much, but I do like the ice cream palette. I just think it is so stunning looking. I don't really care what the outside packaging looks like, that it's got an ice cream cone. That doesn't interest me at all. But this palette, the inside of it is just looks so stunning, and obviously people say they love it, and I think some people, a lot of people sort of compared it to the Michaela one, and I think it looks nicer than the Michaela one because I think the Michaela one has a little bit too much purple in it. So yeah, this one is definitely on my wish list. I would definitely love to try Glamlite, but they have another palette that I am eyeing, which is the Dirty Martini. They have a whole martini range. They've got the 4 palettes. The Dirty Martini is the green one, and that one, oh my word, anyone who has that and posts pictures of it or talks about it in their videos, I kind of pause and I'm like, oh, it looks so stunning. The other one that I really kind of like the look of, and I think I would really like playing with it, is the Chocolate Martini, because I love my neutrals and I love like those browns and stuff. So I think that one would be another one that I would just love to get my hands on, but I haven't done anything about it, so I don't know. I'm hoping that some of these on the list will make it into my little stash at some point. I do realize I don't need all this stuff, but you know, I don't need half the stuff or even like 90% stuff that I already have. So anyway, the next brand that I would love to try is Gimme Glow. So I've been looking at Gimme Glow for a long time, and I just don't have any singles. Like the only singles that I have that are not in like actual single packaging are ones that I've now depotted from eyeshadows. I have never collected singles or gone out and bought singles on their own, but this is the type of brand that I actually would, because I have been lusting over these shades for several years now. I've been so jealous of anyone who's like talking about it. I'm so envious. I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so stunning, and all the swatches and stuff. So this is another brand that I would absolutely love to try. They also have really beautiful eyeshadow palettes that have obviously all of their gorgeous duochromes and multichromes and also their mattes as well. So some of those palettes look so stunning. The ones that I've written down is the Pastel Dreams. I don't really need any more pastels. I have a good array of pastels and I don't use pastels all too much, but there's something about the Pastel Dreams palette that just speaks to me. So that one is definitely on my radar. Summer Vibes also looks really stunning, but I think that it wouldn't be my favorite, although having said that, who knows. And then the Vintage Rose. They've got a bunch of the vintage ones actually. There's the Vintage Rose and there's another one that's very similar to that. Honestly, couldn't even decide between the two, but I think the Vintage Rose is the one that speaks to me a little bit more, like pops up at me a little bit more. I also like that Christmas one, but I don't want to buy a Christmas palette, but I think the contents inside the Christmas palette is so stunning. I don't know, I just like all of them. So just give me glow and I will be very happy. But yeah, that is a brand that I definitely want to try this year. And I have been humming and eyeing and I almost bought some and I was like, gosh, you know, what if it gets lost? Because obviously I have to order from the America and the shipping to Portugal and all the customs, it is really bad. I've got like 3 shipments now that are stuck in customs and I'm just like waiting, like, you know, like, is it going to come through? Because, you know, some of them come through and I don't have to pay any extra. Some I do have to pay extra. And then some just appear to be lost. I don't really know what's going on, but it takes a long time for items to get here because the shipping is pretty bad in Portugal. And I don't know, I'm holding off on a few things. Having said that though, I have just like ordered some stuff from China, which is kind of crazy of me. But anyway, moving on. So the next one that I have on the list is Odin's Eye. I almost bought some stuff from Odin's Eye when I lived in the UK, but I just didn't. A lot of people rave about it, and then there's some YouTubers who I really respect their opinion, and they don't think it's all that great. So my opinion is I might be disappointed with Odin's Eye, but it's still a brand that I want to try. And spoiler, I am going to be trying it because I did order their mystery box. So that's another one that I'm waiting on. But yeah, I ordered their big mystery box, so I figured if I'm going to try it, why not just get the big one? Let's see what they send me. There is one palette in particular that I would absolutely buy, and I wrote it down. It's the Alva or Alva. I think it's just so stunning, but do I need it? No. But out of all the palettes that they have, that's probably the one that I would want the most. So we'll see if I get sent that. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be trying Odin's Eye really soon, so that's exciting to me. But it has been a brand that I've wanted to try for a couple of years now. So yeah, finally bit bullet and I'm going to be trying it, so that's exciting. Okay, next one is Nabla. So Nabla is an Italian brand, and it's been on my radar for about a year or so. Not too many people talk about Nabla from what I can see in, you know, at least the videos that I see. I don't find that they're all that accessible. And I almost put an order in last week. I'm on the shopping, like, I need to stop. I need to stop. Something's gone wrong and I'm just like shopping like crazy. But I almost put an order in last week and I thought, you know what? The only one that I really want is the Poison Garden palette, and it's out of stock. All of their other palettes look really stunning, and I watched some YouTube videos of people swatching them, putting them on, and they look really great. But that honestly is the only one that I really want, and it's out of stock. So I stopped myself. I was going to get the, what's it called? It was the very neutral one, which some people have, and it's very beautiful, and I'm sure I would love it. But do I need another neutral palette? No, absolutely not. So I didn't go out and buy that one. But yeah, they get the Poison Garden. I'll probably get that. Okay, the next one on the list is not a brand that I haven't tried. I actually have tried this brand and I have some palettes from them, which is ABH. I know a lot of people, there's like iffy situation with ABH right now, but there is one particular palette that has been on my radar and on my wish list for some time now. And I think it's like a hidden gem of them because it was never raved about at first, but I think the majority of the community that I watch or, you know, see on Instagram is that they actually like this palette, which is the Carly Bible palette. I don't feel like it had the hype that all the other ones did, but it just looks so stunning, and I think most people that have it are happy with it, or at least still have it. You know, obviously a lot of people decluttered them, but anyone who still has it really likes it. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. I really think this is a beautiful color story, and I think it's a kind of color story that I would like. It might be a little bit boring, but I think it's a color story that I would like, and it's always been on my wish list. I think I have seen it a few times be discounted, and I almost bought it, but I thought, you know, do I really need it? So it's one of those where it's not at the top of my wish list, but if the moment is right, then I probably would snap it up. It's just I haven't done it yet. But yeah, that would be one that I would love to have in my collection. Okay, so this next one is from Sigma. So Sigma, I just recently tried the Call to Rosa. I have that in my my stash now, so that is not a brand that I need to try, but I also think that it's good to see the quality is different between different palettes, because I have two Nomad palettes, and honestly one of them is better than the other, and you know, that's just the way it goes. So I don't know if my feeling about Sigma is really correct, because I only have the one palette. And there is one palette that I've always wanted from them, even before I got the Call to Rosa or even saw the Call to Rosa, which is the Enchanted palette. And there have been, you know, iffy reviews about this one as well, but I just think it just looks so stunning, and I really, really want it. I don't, please help me. It's like, send help. Someone needs to stop me. But yeah, this one is one that I would absolutely like to try, and it just looks so stunning. So if you've tried it, or if you have it, let me know if I should get it, because it's another one that goes discounted all the time, and then it goes back up, and then it's discounted, and it's just, I can't keep up. And I've almost bought it like 5 or 6 times, but I always stop myself because I've heard of people say the quality isn't that great. But then I also know that the Call to Rosa is really stunning, but the quality isn't my preference. So that's probably what it is. It's just not everyone's cup of tea, and it's probably not going to be my cup of tea either, so why am I lusting over it? I just am. Okay, so this is a new one actually, and it's also a new palette. So I've always liked the look of Dose of Colors palettes. I think they've always looked really, really clean and beautiful, and I want to say simple, but not in a bad way. I just think they just look good, and they look quite they don't look like they're for kids, you know what I mean? They just look like they're for women. I don't know if that sounds silly or not, but it just you know, they look a bit grown up. And they have a new one that is the Truffle palette, and I think that looks so beautiful. So, you know, I wouldn't mind really trying any Dose of Colors palettes, but that is a new one, and it's caught my eye, and I'm like, ooh, that looks nice. So this is one, you know, a brand that I've never tried, a palette that looks really stunning. It's on my radar now, so I'm like, ooh. But there have been other palettes, obviously from Dose of Colors, that I really like the look of, but I think they were discontinued, or they're just, I haven't really looked them up to try and buy them. They're not really on any of the retailers that I purchase from. So, you know, it's not a brand that's super accessible to me unless I actually go to their website. So maybe I'll do that. Anyway, so yeah, if you have tried Dose of Colors and you can give me an opinion about them, then let me know. Okay, I've got 2 more. So this next one I have tried. It is Kaleidos. I do have the Club Nebula palette, but the Escape Pod palette has been on my wish list, and it just looks so stunning. And I have stopped myself from buying it because it's so colorful, and I'm like, do I really like colorful eyeshadow? And for the most part, I think I like neutral, like more neutral or everyday makeup with a touch of color. I think that's what I really truly love. I like colorful eye looks, but just the way that I do them, not the way that, you know, the color doesn't have to be splashed all over my face. I think this is quite a colorful look for me today, and this is kind of the way that I would do it. But I think the Escape Pod looks so stunning, and I do think the quality of Kaleidos is really, really good. I've always had an iffy opinion about the Club Nebula, just simply because there are those richer tones, like deep, rich tones that I don't necessarily always go to. I actually have a little bit of the Club Nebula on today, but I think the Escape Pod would be right up my alley because it doesn't have those like dark tones that the Club Nebula has. And if it has the same quality, which is absolutely stunning, then why wouldn't I like it, and why wouldn't I want it? Plus the packaging is really beautiful. So yeah, that's just one that I would absolutely love. I've always liked the look of their 5 pans as well, all of those like futuristic ones, but you know, I just think it's quite a lot of money for just 5 shades. So I'd rather have like a slightly bigger palette with more variety. That's why I've always, you know, that's how I've felt really. And that's how I feel about the Natasha Denona palettes as well, you know, those £5 palettes. I just think it's kind of a, is that really worth the money? It's 5 shades. And you could get her slightly bigger ones for £60. I mean, that one, yeah, it's still expensive, but I don't know. I've always been put off by really small palettes like that. And those are the e.l.f. bite size, which are really super cheap, so it kind of makes sense. Okay, the last one, and this one is also on the way. I have a lot of makeup on the way. I've done a really bad job this last month. But the next one is SheGlam. I don't know what it is. I know that it's from Shein. I know that it's not a brand that I should support, should give my money to, should even like talk about. You know, it is fast fashion, it's fast makeup, but some of these other ones are too. I have Makeup Revolution, which is fast makeup, let's be honest. I have Primark, which is not, is just in the same category, but because it's in the UK, it's better? No, it's not better. So, you know, it is what it is, but I've seen people with some of the SheGlam makeup, and you know what, it does look nice. And they came out with these star sign palettes, so I did an order and I did get the Virgos on the way because I am a Virgo. You know, that would make sense. If I was an Aries, why would I get a Virgo? Of course I'm a Virgo, but you know, I like the color story as well. It's got the greens and the earthy tones, so I thought it'd be kind of nice to just try that out. I also bought some clothing as well, so I might have a clothing haul if it doesn't look all bad. But anyway, I don't know what this video is. It's a little bit of a mix between obviously the two sort of discussions, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. And let me know if you've tried any of these brands. I really want to know if it's really worth me doing. Obviously, yes, I've gone and I'm gonna try Evan's Eye, I'm gonna try SheGlam. It is what it is. Sample Beauty as well is on the way. But the other ones and the palettes that I specifically spoke about, let me know if you have them, if you like them, if you've decluttered them, if they're absolutely terrible, if you absolutely love them. I want to know. At the end of the day, I'm going to still have my own impression of it, and you know, I'm either going to like them or I'm not, and we all have different preferences. But I really am curious if anyone who's watching has any of these and if they like them or not, or if you've tried them. Just let me know your opinion, and thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you next time. Bye.